Well, that day is today, and it's time for the second leg of this Eastern Conference semifinals. And what a change in conditions. Pristine would be one way to describe the playing surface at Red Bull Arena on this night.
He produced during the regular season 15 goals, 12 assists. He was outstanding. You need your big star to perform in the playoffs. They need a big game out of him. Have to find a way to get him isolated 1v1. And it's going to be about Perry Kitchen and Marcelo Zaragoza flying the ball out there, switching the point of attack and trying to isolate him.
Told us before the postponement that this game is going to be ugly. It's about a gut check. And we're underway. Houston awaits the winners of this Eastern Conference semi-final. We start tonight level at 1-1.
You can't blame New York. They know they're a passing team, and they're very skillful. And if the game's going that way, New York can play a great passing game, and DC can too, but DC wanted the battle.
Problems here for New York with Rafa Marquez on the ground and out of position. And here's De Leon. If he can look up, he can get Bahoy! Excellent save by Robles. Bahoy went for the back flick, 6 yards out. Nicely threaded through from De Leon, and Robles was strong again, one of the heroes for New York of the first leg with that penalty save.
Well, watch Bahoy. He's actually in a little bit early. Look at him closing down his angle. He didn't need to rush to that near post, and that forced him to go for that cheeky little back heel. If he would have held up his run a little bit, he opens up his hips and just slides that in with his left foot.
Lush green grass. It is a little chilly, but nothing compared to last night. Ooh, space here for Henry. Away from Zaragoza. Henry into the path of Kenny Cooper. He works it on brilliantly to McCarthy. Excellent save by Bill Hamid. That's a lovely piece of skill from Kenny Cooper to work the opening.
When you're playing with two defensive midfielders, it's unacceptable for Thierry Henry to find this little space and get turned. But love this ball to Kenny Cooper. Look at how Kenny Cooper opens up in perfect awareness to know Dax McCarty's coming far post, and that ball needs to play first time.
Intricately played into the feet of Joel Limper. Cahill continues his run. Now here's Connor Lade. Helped on his way by Marquez. Here's Pierce. Tainio. Chips it into the penalty area. Kenny Cooper's there, back to goal. Works it into the feet of Henry. Saved by Hamid. It's still there. Henry again. Oh, is that handball? No, says the referee. Limper, remarkable, just wide. Chance after chance for New York, and somehow the ball didn't go into the back of the net, and there's an inquest going on now about was this handball.
Watch how quickly Thierry Henry gets this shot off. Great touch there from Kenny Cooper, still under his feet, a little toe poke, doesn't need to get it prepared. Then you see the aerial ability of Tim Cahill, comes back to him, nice little cut onto his left foot. Hard to tell from that replay if it strikes Jakovic in the hand, but Thierry Henry with two really good looks at net right there.
Back to that last flurry of activity. What I find interesting here, if you look at Tainio, he's waving off as he comes into the picture where he thinks the ball should be played, in the centre of your screen there. And it opens him up, Kyle, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Because the midfielder buys it.
He was reading that the ball was going to go back, but this is a lovely ball into Kenny Cooper. Look at his control from Kenny Cooper. Great first touch. Slides it into a tough little lane for Thierry Henry, but I love how quickly Thierry Henry gets that shot off. The ball doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to set it up out in front of him. It's underneath him, gets the shot off, gets another shot off, and again, from that angle, it's hard to tell. Normally, if that's a handball, you see that arm jump backwards a lot, which you didn't see it jump backwards a lot.
Tainio had supported him in the break as well. But the ebb and flow, the to and fro, is now with DC United. And he goes to Bahoy. Headed clear from, or by Marcus Holgerson. And there's a coming together. And it's a free kick on the edge of the area, about 10 yards outside perhaps. Rafa Marquez is penalised. The DC United players are incensed. One of their number is on the floor. And they're claiming it should be a red card. Vacant central midfield area momentarily for DC United. Nice layup by Cahill. Henry. Kenny Cooper. Limper on the edge of the area. Here's Henry. Kitchen ahead of him. Dinks it to the back post. Cahill is there. Opportunity for Dax McCarty. A wonder save. An absolute wonder save from Bill Hamid. This at the other end.
This is the man you want attacking the ball in the box. Tim Cahill, great ball in, good challenge from Jakovic, but how about that touch from Dax McCarty, and then the save from Bill Hamid, even better. Watch this first touch from Dax McCarty with his left foot. Sets this ball up, tries to volley it. Hamid doesn't know much about it. It hits him in the chest, but he's got to come out quickly. He's frozen right here. Tim Cahill's coming in. He's got to expect Tim Cahill to make a challenge. Great from Jakovic to go shoulder to shoulder. Delightful first touch from McCarty, but look at that. He actually gets that arm out. I take that back. I give him a lot of credit. That is a huge save.
Cahill, we'll keep our eyes on him. McCarty, Kenny Cooper, flag stays down. Kenny Cooper is fouled. It's a penalty, and it could be a red card, and this could be the defining moment. Bill Hamid drops to the ground. It's a mixture of despair and anger for the goalkeeper. Cooper, the man fouled, the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It's a penalty kick. He has to go. Hamid is racing across towards the assistant referee, and we'll see what he has to say to Mark Geiger here. Hamid is pleading his case.
Well, he's saying he didn't extend his arms. Yeah, he's saying he was there and the contact was forced by Kenny Cooper, following through with his foot. Said he pulled out of the challenge, but it doesn't matter. He committed to trying to get that ball, and as his body was coming towards Kenny Cooper, it made the contact. And you can hear him right now. He's telling that fourth official, and that referee's assistant on this near side to watch the replay.
Bill Hamid has to go.
Well, here's a look at it. This is just a perfect build-up, and right there, McDonald wants to step. He's onside. Perfect weight on that pass from McCarty, and right here, no argument there.
Well, from the sublime to the ridiculous for Bill Hamid, who is furious as he exits the stage. Kenny Cooper from the spot, right-footed, in, straight down the middle. The New York Red Bulls have the lead, but wait a minute. And we've seen this before from Mark Geiger. In a match involving DC United, it's going to be encroachment. Kenny Cooper is going to be forced to retake it. Oh, what drama at Red Bull Arena. Cooper places the ball down again. He is a stickler for the rules, Mark Geiger, when it comes to encroachment on the edge of the penalty area. It's still 0-0. Kenny Cooper, once again, saved! Would you believe it?
Past his pointer and in his eyesight, that's definitely going to be called as encroachment. And here's that save. Kenny Cooper does the stutter step again.
DC United were punished for encroachment, and then D-Road put the second spot kick over the crossbar. And it's happened again. DC player still on the ground is Chris Pontius. So let's go all the way back to the initial foul.
Well, he's definitely taken down. Well, and when we were going to that replay, Rafa Marquez was the one that got that second yellow, and Rafa Marquez is off.
So Marquez has got a red card. Absolutely extraordinary. Let's take a look at that foul. Sliding through on Chris Pontius.
Absolutely. He's late. Cleats up a little bit. And when that ball was going out of play, that yellow card was coming.
Well, he played a fantastic advantage and then went back and took action. And here's Pontius again. On the right foot from an angle! Head in hands for Chris Pontius. Let's take another look at that. The action is coming thick and fast here, Kyle.
Great positive touch there from Chris Pontius, and he's thinking nothing but shoot there. Doesn't miss by much.
De Leon. Cahoy. Russell is advancing into space here. Russell inside the area. De Leon! Oh, goodness, he scored! Inside the final 3 minutes! Delirium for DC United! 7th goal of the season. Pandemonium at the Red Bull Arena for the travelling support.
Look at that run at the top of your screen from Robbie Russell. But watch this first touch inside. What a terrific first touch, and Connor Lade keeps him onside. Outstanding finish from Nick DeLeon. But Connor Lade is staring right down that line. No excuse. You have to stop. Everyone else did, but Nick DeLeon makes the run. We talked about how big he was going to be for DC United at the beginning of the game, and it doesn't get bigger than that.
It's a tie for the ages in Major League Soccer. And their stars are migrating forward here to find a desperate late equaliser. Nick DeLeon scored against the New York Red Bulls earlier in the season in that 4-1 romp in April. Maybe New York's fate is in his hands. Miller is there, but surely it must be Henry. No, it's Miller, and it's over the bar. Well, you'd have to say and expect, cometh the hour, cometh the Frenchman. And they are on the verge of a famous victory. And it's DC United at the expense of the New York Red Bulls, who advance to take on the Houston Dynamo in the Eastern Conference Championship.